An EC 103.1 sports presentation. Eureka College Red Devils men's and women's basketball on EC 103.1.
Brewer, corner triple, knocked down. Big shot there by Michael Brewer.
This Red Devils broadcast is made possible by City Blue Technologies in Peoria, an Epson dealer serving Central Illinois with sustainable office printing solutions. By Potter Rentals in Gilman, Illinois, owned and operated by Ernie and Barb Potter, both Eureka College class of 1965. By Heartland Bank and Trust, Randy Bigol, your State Farm agent in Peoria, Eureka College class of 1994. And by Kirby Foods in Metamora.
Ogden with the dump off pass to Brown. Brown kick out. Provost three. Good.
Here's a top of the key three. Webb! And that one falls through.
Now, let's go live to the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth for coverage of today's game.
Coverage, and for tonight it is the 2025 men's season opener. Tonight it's the Eureka Red Devils on the road getting ready to take on the Dominican Stars. I'm very excited. How are you feeling?
I'm super excited. That open that we just heard, that fired me up. Excited to get the 2025-26 season started. Kind of hoping it was Kareem tonight. I love listening to Kareem on the radio, but couldn't make it. But I'm still super glad to be calling the game. Really excited. A lot of new faces this year. A lot of new freshmen. We're used to seeing guys like, Amarion Bird, P. Brown, Ray Bantamuna Jr. They're obviously, not with us anymore. We're going to see a lot of guys like Micah Brewer, Ben Carter, kind of running the floor for these guys. And, I'm just really excited to see how, this new team, this new chemistry is going to play off today.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of changes coming into this 2025-26 season. The Red Devils were selected fifth to come in the SLIAC this season. This is not a conference game, but either way, that goes without saying. Eureka returns 3 starters from last year, a team that went 10-17 overall. They went 8-10 in the conference, and they made their 3rd trip to the SLIAC tournament semifinals in the last 4 years. So in that aspect, there is a lot of progress. Head coach Chip Willie enters his 19th season leading the Red Devils. Overall, this year's team, we talked about it, there is a lot of change. This year's team for Eureka features 13 seniors on the roster, one of them being Dylan Logsdon, who I talked with yesterday. He actually will not be playing tonight as he's out with an ankle injury. What kind of effect do you think that's going to take on the Red Devils?
Well, Dylan Logsdon is a guy who's a very fundamentally sound guy. He's a very good two-way player, can play both sides of the ball really well. Gets a lot of the work done that, normally doesn't go noticed in the stat sheet when it comes to hustle and making good screens. So, I think with the amount of guys that we have here in front of us, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue, but you definitely wish you had a guy like Dylan Logsdon in the lineup tonight.
That's exactly right. As we take a look at Dominican, they were listed on the outside of the first 10 teams in the NACC preseason poll as well. The Stars last season finished with a record of 8-17 overall, 5-13 in the conference, and they did not end up making the playoffs. They are led by head coach Troy Consul, who is entering his 14th season with Dominican. As we take a look at head-to-head matchups, Eureka is leading the overall series, but the last time these two teams actually faced off was last year in November in Eureka. The Red Devils did win that game 83-79. The Red Devils trailed early, as they have done quite frequently last season, but from that point on, they took the lead and they led the rest of the way. Jacob Gonzalez, a guy that we don't usually talk a lot about, he had a new season high in that game with 12 points coming off of the bench. Drew, how important is it for players off the bench to come in and produce?
It's super important. Jacob Gonzalez was one of my favorite players to watch last year. He exemplified the term, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And, for a guy that usually, didn't start that many games, he always delivered off the bench. He, was super good, in my opinion, one of the best in the SLIAC at driving towards the hoop and getting those tough layups that a lot of guys wouldn't go for. But I'm super excited to see what Gonzalez has to offer. Like I said, I love his style of play. He's super aggressive, and he just absolutely loves to get after it. You can see it in his work ethic.
The last time the Red Devils did take on the Stars, they shot for 57.7% from the field. That is a very successful number for Eureka. They'll hope to do the same tonight, but that's all we have for you on the pregame side of things again tonight. Eureka on the road to take on Dominican. Stay tuned for upcoming first half coverage here on EC 103.1, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Metamora Kirby Foods. They are 100% employee-owned, with a deli, produce section, and meat department with its own in-house butcher. Metamora Kirby Foods is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. They are located on West Mount Vernon Street in Metamora. Get more information at kirbyfoods.com.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. City Blue offers Epson Precision Core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. City Blue was founded in 1968 and serves more than 5,000 active customers. Learn more about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Potter Rentals of Gilman, Illinois. Owned and operated by Ernie and Barb Folkers Potter, both Eureka College class 1965. Potter Rentals offers both residential and commercial property rentals, including vacation rentals in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. You can get more information on their website at potterrentals.com.
We welcome you back into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You are listening to EC 103.1, and right now, though, going over the starting lineups for Eureka, we have Ben Carter, Micah Brewer, Jackson Provost, Jonah Loft, Andrew Coker, and, of course, as always, coached by Chip Wilde, entering his 19th season.
And something new we're seeing this season is former player Cohen Woods assisting Chip Wilde and the coaching staff.
Let's meet the starters for your Dominican University.
Coaching the Red Devils.
We mentioned Micah Brewer in the starting lineup. Micah Brewer is a guy that doesn't put up a lot of points, but whenever you leave him a lot of time and space behind the line for three, he can throw it off like a lightning bolt. He is absolutely electric behind the line. But as a team, the Red Devils struggled last year with three-pointers. They barely finished above 30% behind the arc. So that's something that they're going to want to improve on this year for sure.
Micah Brewer is one of those quick players who is able to move his feet down on the floor. That's why he's able to get so many open looks. And yeah, Drew, as you mentioned, he's arguably the best three-point shooter on Eureka. He shot 38.5% from behind the arc last season.
And don't count out Ben Carter either, because even though Ben Carter is a big fellow who plays down low, same thing, he reminds me a lot of Modest Buzelis on the Bulls. He can really fire it off like I said, like Micah Brewer, he can fire it off whenever he gets wide open, so don't count him out either.
Yeah, actually a fun little story. 2 years ago, before I was even attending Eureka College, I would tune in, as I was telling you, into the Eureka basketball games. And Ben Carter is one of those guys that I would always highlight. 2 years ago, he was a very successful three-point shooter. Obviously, last season, not so much. But for now, we get ready for tip-off. It's Jonah Loft in the middle. It looks like this one will start in possession. Dominican University, Lucas Underwood takes it across the court. Micah Brewer guarding him. This is a very quick Dominican team. There is Underwood with a backdoor cut for the open layup.
Really nice cut by Lucas Underwood.
So here's Brewer. A lot of time. Hands it off to Coker. Now Carter stands at the top of the key. Eureka in their maroon and gold jerseys. Dominican in their gray and golds. Eureka with their first turnover of the night. So now the Stars again with the basketball. A pass into the corner. It's Pelzinski. Now here's a deep three from Underwood. No good. Coker with the rebound. His first tonight and of the season. Drew, this isn't typically a very fast-paced offense. Eureka likes to take their time. Here's a corner three. No good from Loft. Loose ball. And it's Coker. Now he's going to take the triple, and he knocks it down.
Andrew Coker starting it off hot.
First three of the season for Eureka. They're up top 3-2. And that is a very good way to start this ball game for the Red Devils. Not knocking down the first triple, but they go right back to it, and it works out. Here's the left hand. No good for Dominican. Carter takes it up the floor.
Coverage by Loft.
And there's a turnover. Carter tried to go with the backhanded pass. Open triple, no good for Pskowski. And the layup for Dominican falls through. 2 points for Brandon Murphy. Dominican back up top 4-3. Here's Coker, top of the key.
Just to give you guys an idea of how many players that Eureka lost compared to last year, it's about 13.
Yeah, they were very heavily led last season by the seniors. We know Marion Bird, Pee Wee Brown, some of those top guys. Here's another triple from Underwood, no good. And it looks like he tried to draw the contact. Ball stays with Dominican. Underwood again stops his feet. Pass right underneath the rim, blocked, still in play, and Murphy knocks down another two.
Good block by Ben Carter.
So here's Micah Brewer trying to fight in the paint. He's going to have to work his way out. Passes it over to Provost. Provost guarded by Pskowski. Goes with the right hand, knocks it down. Eureka back up 5-4.
And this will be interesting to see how this lineup will shake up for the Red Devils because, I mean, if you really compare this lineup to last year, Micah Brewer is the only guy that consistently started in the starting lineup last year. He's in the starting lineup tonight. Everybody else mainly came off the bench.
Here's Provost again in the paint. Stops, spins, fires, good.
And Provost, another guy that can light it up from deep, and right now he's really feeling himself down low in the paint. That's his sweet spot right now. Little fadeaway jumper right there.
4 points already for Provost tonight. There's a whistle from the referee. So clock stops at 16:40. Red Devils lead at 7-4. Drew, we talked about all this change for Eureka coming into this game. It looks like it's working out up to this point. There is a right hand from Lucas Underwood. And again, he knocks it down. 7-6. Dominican cutting their way back into this game. There's a great bounce pass from Carter. Coker spins, puts it up, and good over Pskowski.
That's going to be an issue for the Stars, is dealing with the pressure down low. When you got Provost, and then you think about Ben Carter and Coker, those are two big fellas that it's hard to contain them down low, and they're going to be hitting that fadeaway all night.
So it'll be the senior Adrian Pelzinski to inbound here for Dominican. And 16 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock. Eureka leads it 9-6. Still in the very early stages of this game. Into the hands of Lefevre. Here's a triple knocked down by Underwood. That'll tie things up at 9. So he finally connects on the triple. Bounce pass Provost again under the rim. Kicks it out. Carter is going to go for his triple. Just missing. Gets his own rebound. Loose ball. Dominican. And now Provost strips it away. He goes for an open three. Good.
Oh, bang. Jackson Provost, give me the hot sauce.
Jackson Provost make that 7 points tonight. 7 out of Eureka's 12 total points. And he is taking control in this ball game. Underwood, right wing three. He knocks it down.
Underwood, got to get out on him. Got to guard him.
That is Underwood's second triple of the night. Again, tied at 12. Both teams exchanging three-pointers. We actually mentioned in the pregame, Red Devils as a team haven't been super efficient shooting the triple. Here tonight, it looks a little different.
Oh, Jackson Provost. Bang, bang, bang.
Another triple. Give them 10 points already. And we are only 5 minutes into this ball game. Red Devils 15, Dominican 12, and there Another triple this time. Adrian Pelzinski.
What a shot for Pyzinski.
Tied at 15 again. Brewer takes the screen from Coker. Coker top of the key. Thought about the triple. Instead, hands it off to Carter. Provost, he's hot tonight. 10 points already. Double team. Great pass to Brewer. Fakes the pass. Goes up to the rim. And good for the 2.
Yeah, that's the right move there. Brewer was wide open in the corner. Bit of a tough pass for Provost, and Brewer with a little bit of a fadeaway jumper down low.
Pelzinski drives to the rim.
What a shot by Pelzinski.
Loft tried to draw
Maybe
the contact.
should have been an and one, but fights through the contact. And, man, already 17 points apiece for both sides. You can just tell this is going to be a good one.
Loft did a great job putting his hands up so that he wasn't called for the foul. Provost again in the paint, firing up, no good. And this one's going to be rebounded.
Oh, good steal by Carter.
Pushes it out. A fight for the basketball, still loose. And Provost takes it away. Here's Brewer, open look at a 3. No good. Loft with the rebound, and he puts it up and in. Eureka back on top, 19-17.
A couple of these baskets already. The play's been made by Ben Carter, and the first attempt he shot a 3, missed his own 3, and then went to go and get his own rebound just like you're taught to. Follow your shot, and then poked at it, and that was able to get. And with Carter following his own rebound, he was able to poke it out, give Jackson Provost a chance to shoot that 3, and then right there he poked it out.
Timeout on the floor.
So a timeout for Eureka, and they lead it 19-17.
Well, Eureka College basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. City Blue offers Epson Precision Core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. City Blue was founded in 1968 and serves more than 5,000 active customers. Learn about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
Well, Drew, as I mentioned, the Red Devils lead at 19-17. Clock stops at 13 minutes, 28 seconds. Right now they're shooting just over 60% from the field, which is expected. Eureka has been good at shooting in the field, but what really stands out is their 3-point percentage right now. They're 3 for 7 from behind the arc.
And not to mention also last year the Red Devils started to get really hot on the road. People were starting to call them the Road Warriors. They got really, really hot on the road, and that contributed a lot to their success for the season towards the second half of the season, and that's the main reason of why they got into the SLIAC conference tournament last year.
Yeah, they did win the quarterfinal. Unfortunately for Eureka, they ended up losing in the semis to Greenville, who was the #1 seed, and they ended up winning the SLIAC last season. But it looks like we are about to continue play. It'll be Chase Lefevre to inbound for Dominican. Underwood, top of the key, inside, handed off to Murphy, loose ball, kicks it out, Underwood, triple, and no good. It'll go out of bounds off of Fernandez. So Eureka will regain possession here. They lead it by 2. 13 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in this first half.
Some new guys, some new guys we see on the floor. Jacob Gonzalez, as Matthew you mentioned earlier, and senior Max Richardson. If you remember last year in that SLIAC quarterfinal game against MUW, teared the house down with an electric dunk.
Freshman Nolan Kerr also down on the floor, getting his first look as a Eureka Red Devil. But for now, it's Gonzalez, top of the key. Richardson tried to give it to Provost with the backdoor cut, and it'll be a turnover against Eureka. That's a good job by Lefevre to play that off. He'll inbound. So taking it up the floor is Naidai. Left wing, Lefevre. Carter guarding him. Kicks it outside, now in the paint. Fighting against Richardson. Spinning and a loose ball and a foul against Eureka. So again, clock
Tough
stop.
call there. Looked like Richardson got mostly ball on that, but I guess the official saw a little bit of a whack there.
Yeah, and I will say, it's been a very clean game up to this point. Usually we see a lot more fouls typically towards the end of the game. Right now, both teams still just trying to get their feel in this game. To the rim, open look, right hand for Murphy, no good. And it'll be Kerr to pick up the rebound. Gonzalez, right wing. And Red Devils up by 2, just under 12 and a half left to go. Here's Jackson Provost, right side corner. And yeah, he had no help on that play. There is going to be another whistle blown, so the Red Devils will inbound. It'll be Jacob Gonzalez, one of those key off-the-bench players last season for Eureka. Gonzalez to Richardson. Richardson to Provost. He's going to take his time, stops his feet, spins, drives to the rim, no good, puts it back up. Loose ball, and Dominican takes it away. It's Nidai. Kicks it out. Left wing, here's a pass. Open look for the triple, no good. Rim helping Eureka and put back up and in.
Yeah, you got to be able to get those boards. Can't get lost in coverage down low.
So Lefevre picks up the 2. And it's tied back up at 19. Here's Kerr, stops his feet. Has to pass over to Richardson. Eureka's offense has slowed down since the timeout, and Richardson takes a hard foul. Looks like he collided with Nidai. So Red Devils keep the basketball here. 11 and a half left to go.
And he'll go to the line here for 2 shots.
So there is going to be another timeout. Red Devils last season shot for 70.2% from the free throw line. So when we do return, it looks like we'll have a good look from Richardson.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Potter Rentals of Gilman, Illinois. Owned and operated by Ernie and Barb Folkers. Potter, both Eureka College class of 1965. Potter Rentals offers both residential and commercial property rentals, including vacation rentals in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. You can get more information on their website at potterrentals.com.
So both teams still in their huddle right now. I mean, overall, I think I've been pretty impressed with the way Eureka is quickly moving things up and down the floor. They're being a bit more aggressive than I can remember from last season.
Yeah, I'm for the most part pleased about their game so far, especially their game on offense. I think there's a couple things on defense that I'd want to improve on. Looks like they're trying to cheat a little bit and help out when their stars are driving down low, and you cheat a little bit. It's going to give the Stars a lot of open looks at threes.
Gonzalez to Carter. He's going to be blocked by Murphy. Dominican takes it up the floor. Open look here for Fuller, and he puts it up. Dominican has the lead, 21-19. I will say Ben Carter is not an easy guy to block down there in the paint. He's one of the taller guys here for Eureka, standing at 6'4".
And he's not that easy to guard either, because even for his size, he's pretty shifty for being one of the big guys down low for the Red Devils, because you never know whether he's going to drive to the hoop or if he's going to let it light up from deep.
Provost 3 is short. Dominican takes it away. Doherty. Top of the key. Nolan Kerr is guarding him, and the pass from Doherty is thrown out of bounds. Eureka will regain possession here.
Now what we don't want to see, and this is what we saw a lot of last year, is the Red Devils got off to a very good start in the first half, and then they kind of ran out of gas at the end.
Yeah, and some of that is expected, but at the same time, you don't want to peak in the very first half.
Richardson from deep.
Triple, no good. And again, it'll be Fuller with the rebound. He takes it up the floor. Now Doherty hands it off to Nide. He uses the right hand, driving to the basket, no good. Provost up the floor. He's going to be met by Brandon Murphy between the legs. In the paint, right hand, just short, and looks like it's tipped out of bounds. I don't know. It looked like...
I don't know about that. It looked like that Murphy swatted that out of bounds.
But it is going to be Dominican Stars basketball. Again, they lead at 21-19. 10 minutes, 16 seconds left in this first half. And you're listening to EC 103.1. Live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Matthew Swan, Drew Donnell here on the call. It's Nida to take it up the floor now into the hands of Fuller. Here's a triple for Dominican short as Fernandez was unable to connect. We do see a new name here for Eureka down on the floor. It is Tony Mabin, but there is a whistle before he can make a move.
Yeah, Mabin's actually a junior, a transfer from Illinois Central, deciding to make the move and join Chip Wolde and the Red Devils for the next 2 years.
Yeah, this season for Eureka, we mentioned 13 seniors, 6 freshmen, and they have their fair share of transfer students as well. One who you just mentioned. Play continues here. Gonzalez shifting to his right, looking for that Richardson screen. Kicks it outside. Mabin thought about the triple. Instead, drives past a couple defenders, and he'll be fouled. He will not be sent to the line since he wasn't going up for the shot, but this will stick with the Red Devils. And there are some substitutions. Micah Brewer for Eureka back into this game, and for Dominican, Pashkovsky as well. It'll be Ben Carter to inbound here for Eureka. He kicks it off to Brewer, who looks like he was tripped trying to receive the ball. There's a screen. Brewer hands it off to Coker. Richardson in the paint uses that wingspan to keep it in bounds. Fighting, spins, stops his feet, puts it up. It's tipped, and he's blocked. Grabs the rebound, and he loses it. It's taken away by Fuller.
Yeah, somebody's got to help Richardson down low.
There's Richardson. Here's an open look for Mabin, and he loses the basketball. It would have been an easy 2 points to tie it up for Eureka. Instead, it's a turnover. Tough look there.
Would have been a golden opportunity for the Red Devils to tie that game up. Richardson just simply overthrew it, and Mabin was gone. Oh, good steal by Coker.
Takes it away. Open look at the rim, puts it up, and he misses the dunk. He tried to slam it down, and that's going to grab some reaction from the fans. Here's a kick outside. Triple from Pelzinski, no good. Rebounded by Carter. And I bet Coker wishes he can take that one back.
Yeah, as much as we love Andrew Coker, there's really no reason to be doing that this early in the first quarter when you're down and you're trying to get your team back in the game. I get you want to make a statement early on, but I don't know. I don't think I would have done that this early.
Kicked outside. Doherty, no good on the triple. Micah Brewer with the rebound. Red Devils still trail by 2. 8 minutes, 15 seconds left in this first half. There's a screen from Richardson. Brewer between the legs. Spinning, kicks it out. Coker looking for the triple. No good. Carter kicks it back to Richardson. Mabin in the paint. Tries to go with the left hand. No good. Again, the fans here for Dominican getting into
good
it.
Steal by Brewer.
Red Devils need to slow things down here. And that's what Brewer will do. Red Devils in a bit of a scoring drought right now. It's been at least a few minutes since they've...
Really, both teams are both in a scoring drought. Dominicans had some wide open looks from behind the line, and they haven't been able to knock them down.
Here's Coker, top of the key. Crossover move. Stops his feet behind the back, and short. That would have been a highlight reel for Coker right there. Eureka's going to have to get back on D. Doherty takes it out. Brewer guarding him at the rim. Right hand,
block by
no
Mabin.
Good. And although Mabin might not be producing on offense, he makes the stop on defense. Brewer at the rim loses it, but it'll stick with the Red Devils. And there is going to be a timeout, very much needed. We're actually going to take a break. Stay tuned for the continuation of first half coverage right here on EC 103.1, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Heartland Bank and Trust, serving 48 communities throughout Illinois and eastern Iowa. including Washington, Metamora, El Paso, Germantown Hills, Carlock, and in Eureka. Their main branch is on Main Street downtown, and their drive-up and ATM is nearby on Center Street. And find Heartland Bank and Trust anywhere at htmbank.com.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. City Blue offers Epson Precision Core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. City Blue was founded in 1968 and serves more than 5,000 active customers. Learn more about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
We welcome you back into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell, bringing you tonight's coverage here on EC 103.1. Again, Red Devils on the road taking on the Dominican Stars. Eureka trails 21-19. Here's Carter, triple, no good. He's been struggling to connect.
Rebound by Coker.
Carter regains top of the key. Now Brewer. If you're just now tuning in, both teams in a bit of a scoring drought right now. Red Devils with possession, and it's taken away by Pelzinski. Micah Brewer trying to get a little too nifty. Here's Pelzinski, three, short, and it'll go out of bounds. Good move by Carter to let that one roll out.
Yeah, for Brewer, you just kind of got to get rid of it. I was about to say that's the one guy you don't want to let have a wide open look, and I think that's what he was trying to do, but like you said, trying to get a little too nifty.
Brewer uses that screen from Coker. Coker right wing. He's going to bounce pass it over to A.J. Wells, who's getting his first look in the game. Fires the mid-range just off target. And this one will be taken away by Piskowski.
Man, we saw it in warm-ups. A.J. Wells, he can get up there. He's got pretty big hops, and that's no surprise. He's a big dude.
Yeah, and that's the case for a lot of these incoming freshmen for Eureka. They are tall, taller than what we're used to.
There you go, Andrew.
And Coker uses that right hand, ties it up at 21.
He's had a lot of good looks, and this time he makes a really good cut to the rim.
Underwood using that right hand as well. No good, but he is going to get fouled. And he'll be sent to the line for two.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Heartland Bank and Trust, serving 48 communities throughout Illinois and eastern Iowa, including Washington, Metamora, El Paso, Germantown Hills, Carlock, and in Eureka. Their main branch is on Main Street downtown, and their drive up at ATM is nearby on Center Street. You find Heartland Bank and Trust anywhere at htmbank.com.
So Underwood will go 1 for 2 at the line. That does put the Stars up 22-21. Maben bounce pass, and it's taken away, but out of bounds as Piskowski stuck his hand in, got a little too aggressive, and knocked it out. So Eureka keeps the basketball. Just under 6 minutes left to go in this first half. Red Devils trail by 1. It's Micah Brewer.
Oh, that's a
backcourt violation.
You got to be better than that. You have to be aware of where you are. That's a mistake that can't happen. That's going to be called a backcourt violation all day, every day.
Yeah, and right now the Red Devils are facing one of those moments in a basketball game where they get so caught up in the heat of what's going on the floor that they kind of forget about the fundamentals of the game. Here's a pass under the rim, blocked by A.J. Wells.
Woo!
Huge
Meet me at the rim and don't be late.
A.J. Wells shaking his head. That was not going to be an easy bucket for Piskowski as he was denied. Here he kicks it out. Open look for Underwood. No good on the three. He's had a couple of those tonight, and stepping out of bounds is Piskowski. So Red Devils will regain possession here. 5:38 left to go. Again, they trail by 1, and it'll be Coker to inbound over to Wells.
Man, already we've seen 2 huge blocks for the Red Devils. One by Carter and one by Wells just there.
Maben resetting. Deep 2. Spins in and out, gets his own rebound, and puts it back
that's
up.
That's exactly what I talked about with Ben Carter. Maben did the same thing. He followed his shot just like you're supposed to do. Even when you're in hockey, they teach you to follow your rebound and get your shot.
Lebron taking it up the floor. Red Devils up 23-22. Here's the triple. Micah Brewer a bit too strong as he quickly gets back on defense. Good move. Open pass outside. Underwood somehow keeps it in. Coker takes it away. That's not an easy play.
Yeah, if you're Brewer, you got to slow it down here.
Yeah, he's moving a bit too quick. He actually on that last play ended up on the ground. Carter triple.
Bang, Ben Carter.
Eureka extends. They're now up by 4 with just over 4.5 left to go. Ben Carter, we talked about him. He can hit from behind the arc, and he has just proven himself there. Here's a corner 3 knocked down for Pashkovsky.
Yeah, if you're Coker, you can't be cheating down towards the paint. Got to stay on your man.
So Pashkovsky grabs his first few points of the night. Again, Micah Brewer up the floor. And another turnover against Eureka.
Going to be an illegal screen on Andrew Coker. I don't know if I agree with it. Chip Wilde's not happy about that. I'm not either. Coker had his feet set, and I'm not really sure where the personal foul comes into play, because he did have his feet set. And it was a good clean screen.
So for Dominican, taking it up the floor, Underwood again. I always find it interesting to understand on a more personal level about these players. And Underwood is one of those guys who, he's not just playing basketball for a hobby. He also loves to golf and fish, which is something that I found out. Here's a turnover, or actually a foul, looks like, against Coker. And there is another timeout. We are going to send it back into a break. Again, you're going to want to stay tuned for the remainder of the first half. You're listening to EC 103.1, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Metamora Kirby Foods. They are 100% employee-owned, with a deli, produce section, and meat department with its own in-house butcher. Metamora Kirby Foods is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. They are located on West Mount Vernon Street in Metamora. Get more information at kirbyfoods.com.
Eureka.
We welcome you back into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. We are live here from River Forest, Illinois, and you are listening to EC 103.1 at the Swan. My broadcast partner, Drew Donnell, on the call. Drew, just under 4 minutes left to go in this first half. Eureka up 26-25. It's been very back and forth between both sides. Eureka seems to be moving the ball a little too quickly right now, specifically Micah Brewer. How can they kind of slow things down and regain control of this game?
They got to knock down the wide open threes, and we've seen Jackson Provost a little earlier. He missed a wide open three, and that's kind of what bit the Red Devils in the dust last year, was missing those wide open threes, and then not really doing too much dribbling wise. Can't be too shifty. You got to, slow the game down. Here's Loft.
Loft with the triple, in and out, and the rim has not been helpful for the Red Devils up to this point. Here's Crapia for the Stars, kicks it out. Open look. He's going to go to the rim. Right hand after some contact. And no good. It'll be a foul against the Red Devils.
Micah Brewer picks up his first personal foul. Team's fifth.
So it goes up against Micah Brewer, and Crapia will head to the line.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Randy Beagle, a State Farm agent in Peoria. Randy graduated from Eureka College in 1994. He played basketball and tennis and was also a member of the TKE fraternity. Randy has been serving State Farm customers since 2001. His office is located at the corner of Knoxville and Forest Hill in Peoria. You can also reach him at 309-322-8150 or at randybeagle.com. That's randybeagle.com.
So Crapia knocks down both free throws. That'll put Dominican on top, 27-26. Eureka not able to respond offensively here in the paint. Pelskinski, no good. It's another foul against Eureka, and it'll stick with the Stars.
Well, you mentioned that the Red Devils are without Dylan Logsdon due to an ankle injury, but we do see his twin brother Blake Logsdon here out on the floor tonight.
Yeah, Blake, another one of those huge, crucial parts for this Red Devils offense. And, you have to think Dylan Logs did not in this game. He's obviously a leader of this team, a senior. What kind of effect do you think it has that he's not playing right now? I will say, though, before you answer.
Oh, bad turnover by Gonzalez. Loses his shoe. Oh,
and it goes
down.
In and out.
And he wanted a foul. I'm not really sure why. Got another bad.
Gonzalez still doesn't have his shoe on. And this time, Pelsinski does knock down the 2 points. That was just a bizarre display of events.
I've never seen a guy try to run back down court with a shoe in his hand.
Yeah, and that's, those are things you have to get on. You have to do that much faster, because right there, it could have been a stop. Instead, the Stars extend. Provost in some trouble, fires it up, and he is going to get fouled. He was looking to draw the contact, finally does.
Yeah, good job by Provost to draw some hard contact. He did take a pretty nasty lick. And I don't really think he cared whether it went in or not. It was more about drawing that contact to get to the line.
So here's Provost. He leads the team right now with 11 points after knocking down that first free throw. Red Devils trail by 2. But as I was saying, you don't have Dylan Logsdon in the lineup, but Eureka is still being very competitive right now. And that just goes to show, this is another great example of a team that can distribute the production of both offense and defense, even if they happen to be missing one of their star guys. Loose ball, putting it up with the right hand, in and out. Loose ball taken away. Eureka, good stop on defense. They trail by 1. 2 minutes left to go in this first half. Here is Blake Logsdon. He's going to kick it off to Provost. Driving to the rim, putting it up, and he'll get fouled. And there's some arguing from Brandon Murphy.
Stars didn't like it, but there was enough contact to draw another foul, so we'll see Provost at the line again. Eureka College basketball is made possible by Metamora Kirby Foods. They are 100% employee-owned with a deli, produce section, and meat department with its own in-house butcher. Metamora Kirby Foods is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. They are located on West Mount Vernon. Metamora Kirby Foods is located on West Mount Vernon Street in Metamora. Get more information at kirbyfoods.com.
Provost knocking down both free throws. Drew, the good thing about Jackson Provost, he's one of the guys that he wasn't very productive last season, but we're seeing him develop in front of our eyes. The good news is that he's only a junior. So we still have this season and next season to see him continue to put on a nice show for the Red Devils.
Yeah, and I think, without Pee Wee Brown and Amarion Bird, the ceiling and the expectation for Provost is going to be a lot higher because he's going to have to be one of their leaders because he was a regular guy that came off the bench last year.
And the putback by Dominican's Brandon Murphy puts them back up 31-30.
So far, the defense down low in the paint for the Red Devils has been tremendous. It's just they have to clean up those offensive rebounds that they're allowing the Stars to get.
Open look, A.J. Wells, he loses it, and it'll be taken away by Crapia. Swings it over, Underwood, triple, in and out. Loose ball, and it's going to stick with Dominican. Jonah Loft wanting an explanation.
Well, it
actually, okay.
Yeah,
so it is going to be Eureka basketball. The initial call, it looked like he pointed in the direction of Dominican, but it'll be Jacob Gonzalez to take it up the floor. Red Devils trail by 1, a minute left to go in the first half.
Yeah, we see Max Richardson back on the floor coming in for A.J. Wells.
Gonzalez using the screen, stopping his feet, right hand, no good. Fight for the ball, Loft against 3 Stars players, and Dominican takes it away. Here's Crapia at the rim, good, 4-2. So Dominican will take a timeout. They lead it 33-30. Stay tuned for the remaining 40 seconds of this first half. We'll be back You're listening to EC 103.1 live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Randy Begole, a State Farm agent in Peoria. Randy graduated from Eureka College in 1994. He played basketball and tennis and was also a member of the TKE fraternity. Randy has been serving State Farm customers since 2001. His office is located at the corner of Knoxville and Forest Hill in Peoria. You can reach him at 309-322-8150 or at randybegole.com. That's Randy, BEGOLE.com.
Welcome back into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You're listening to EC 103.1. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell, bringing you tonight's coverage between the Eureka Red Devils and the Dominican Stars. Red Devils trail 33-30 the score. Just under 30 seconds left to go in this first half. Eureka with the basketball. Richardson, loose ball. And a good move right there from Crepia to throw it off of Richardson. And it goes out of bounds. So 22 seconds left to go, and the Stars will have at least one more shot here to extend their lead. Gonzalez guarding Underwood. He's going to hand it off to Crepia. 10 seconds on the game clock. It's Fuller kicking it off to Doherty, and he knocks down the triple.
What a shot.
2 seconds.
What a shot by Elijah Doherty. Ben Carter was all in his face, even fell down after the shot and still was able to bank it in.
So that'll conclude the first half here tonight. Dominican 36, Eureka 30. Drew, before we officially send things home and get ready for the second half, very exciting new look at these Eureka Red Devils. I mean, they're moving the ball very quickly. I like the energy. We talked about change. There's a lot of it down on the floor. What have you seen from Eureka that really stands out, and what do you think they're going to have to do in the second half to come back?
Well, the three-point, it's almost backwards of what we saw last year. The three-point shooting I thought was really, really good. It was way better than we've ever seen really last year. Mid-range and driving to the hoop, those decisions, they got to be a little smarter, a little better. It seemed like they were pretty careless with the dribbling, change of direction, and the takes that they were making down low. And can't allow second chance opportunities when you're playing on defense. Can't allow the Stars to get those offensive rebounds. That's really kind of, in the end, what killed them in the first half. And got to keep shooting from outside. Keep giving Jackson Provost that basketball. He's been red hot whenever he has the ball in his hands.
Yep, and that's all we have for you here in this first half. Stay tuned for upcoming second half coverage. Again, Dominican 36, Eureka 30. Stay tuned. You're listening to EC 103.1, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
The Eureka Red Devils return to Mackenzie Field this Saturday
for their final home game of the 2025 season, hosting the Lakeland College Muskies.
Both teams sit at 2-6 overall, and this conference showdown comes down to heart, hustle, and honoring Eureka's seniors.
From the first whistle to the final drive, expect grit, emotion, and tons of effort.
Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. sharp, and as always,
you can catch every play live on EC 103.1.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Heartland Bank and Trust, serving 48 communities throughout Illinois and eastern Iowa, including Washington, Metamora, El Paso, Germantown Hills, Carlock, and in Eureka. Their main branch is on Main Street downtown, and their drive-up and ATM is nearby on Center Street. And find Heartland Bank and Trust anywhere at htmbank.com.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Randy Begole, a State Farm agent in Peoria. Randy graduated from Eureka College in 1994. He played basketball and tennis and was also a member of the TKE fraternity. Randy has been serving State Farm customers since 2001. His office is located at the corner of Knoxville and Forest Hill in Peoria. You can reach him at 309-322-8150 or at randybegole.com. That's Randy, BEGOLE.com.
An earlier version of the European Union was imagined by secret societies centuries ago. I'm Dr. Lynn Pascarella, President of the American Association of Colleges and Universities. And today on the Academic Minute, Fernanda Gallo, Associate Professor in History and Politics at the University of Cambridge, delves into this history.
My research is concerned with ideas about political power. I am an historian of the 19th century, a period often described as the climax of the rise of the nation-state. By focusing on the case of Italy, my work challenges this view, discussing how nationalism in the early 19th century actually emerges transnationally. Recently, I looked at how the idea of the United States of Europe came about in a circle of radical 19th century Italian political activists who were the first to think seriously about a political project of a United States of Europe. Interestingly, during that time, Italy as a nation-state did not yet exist. Rather, the Italian peninsula was a cluster of smaller and isolated and often dominated states. Italian radicals still imagined a united and independent Italy, and when they did, they conceived of it within a wider project of a European federation. They saw a harmony between national unification and international emancipation. A Europe of the peoples meant a continent of citizens instead of subjects, of rights instead of treaties, of assemblies instead of absolute monarchies, of political participation instead of economic regulation. These 19th century Italian republicans all had in common the experience of exile, persecuted because of their political beliefs. These experiences connected them with an international society of activists across Europe. Together, they created secret societies, promoted clandestine operations, and circulated subversive ideas, and they imagined the United States of Europe's border extending east to include Ukraine and Turkey. They envisioned a larger and more democratic Europe than the one we have come to know through the EU.
That was Fernanda Gallo of the University of Cambridge. You can find this, other segments, and more information about the professors at academicminute.org.
Production support for the Academic Minute comes from AAC and U, advancing liberal learning and research for the public good.
New approaches to nuclear power. I'm Randy Simon, and this is Earthwise, a look at our changing environment. The U.S. is the world's largest user of nuclear power. Its 94 reactors supply nearly 19% of the country's electricity, but the number of U.S. reactors has steadily fallen over the past 30 years, and new nuclear power plants are a real rarity. The reasons are a combination of perceived dangers following several nuclear accidents and the increasing costs associated with building plants that can meet a growing number of regulatory requirements. There are recent developments associated with new advanced reactor technologies that may lead to a resurgence in the use of nuclear power. Bill Gates' energy company, TerraPower, is developing nuclear reactors that use sodium instead of water for cooling. Such reactors operate at lower pressures and higher temperatures. Meanwhile, Kairos Power, a California-based energy company, has entered into an agreement with Google to build multiple small modular nuclear reactors that will supply electricity to that giant tech company. The modular reactors use a molten salt cooling system combined with a ceramic pebble-type fuel in order to transport heat to a steam turbine to generate power. The novel design of these reactors can reduce construction timelines, allow deployment in more places, and make final project delivery more predictable. Surveys indicate that a majority of Americans favor the use of nuclear power, which has the advantages that it doesn't create greenhouse gas emissions and can run 24/7. But traditional nuclear power plants are too expensive and have too many potential problems. These new nuclear power technologies may be the answer for allowing nuclear power to play an important role in the future energy system. Earthwise is a production of WAMC. Find us on social media at WAMC Radio and listen anytime at WAMCpodcasts.org.
Getting a rocket into space is one thing, returning it to Earth is another. I'm Dr. Lynn Pascarella, President of the American Association of Colleges and Universities. And today on the Academic Minute, Marcos Fernandez-Taus, Assistant Professor of Rocket Propulsion and Hypersonic Aerodynamics at the University of North Dakota, examines the research that goes into doing so safely.
We have all seen it, a formidable crest of water surrounding a spacecraft structure as it bursts into the ocean. However, this image does not speak for the technical complexities of a well-designed splashdown. Except for a few exceptions, such as the shuttle, most of the manned spacecraft recovered from the scorching re-entry fell into the sea. One must just remember the Gemini or Apollo missions, or more recently the SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft. The problem seems simple: a solid body impacting into water. Von Karman studied it in 1929, but applied it to seaplane floats instead. The conic shape of the Mercury capsule became a standard, with a D-shaped base that absorbed most of the heat generated by friction as the air surrounding the structure hit an incredible speed of 27,500 kilometers per hour. Then came the deceleration phase, with a gentler, cooling flow as the capsule continued its descending. By then, about half of the shield had boiled off. The drop parachute deployed, which pulled out a bigger one. Finally, the capsule dived into the sea at a much safer speed of about 25 meters per second. The development of numerical methods gave way to a new science, computation fluid dynamics, or CFD, whose development was pursued in earnest from the 1950s. Since then, CFD has been successful in solving very complex movements of fluids in a wide variety of science fields. It has also been used in splashdown analysis. So next time you watch a splashdown, think of the significant effort that took a team of engineers to figure out whether the structural robustness would stand the impact of water and where should they expect the largest bending deformation along the middle shirt.
That was Marcos Fernandez-Taus of the University of North Dakota. You can find this, other segments, and more information about the professors at academicminute.org.
Production support for the Academic Minute comes from AAC and U, advancing liberal learning and research for the public good.
A giant solar project for Google. I'm Randy Simon, and this is Earthwise, a look at our changing environment. One of the largest solar projects in the U.S. has recently come online in Texas. 3 solar farms built side by side in Buchholz, Texas by SB Energy can provide 875 megawatts of electricity, nearly the size of a typical nuclear power plant. The project will supply the largest solar energy purchase ever made by Google, and the electricity generated will be used to power its new operations in the area. Google will use about 85% of the project's solar power for data centers in Ellis County and for cloud computing in the Dallas region. In total, Google has contracted with clean energy developers to bring more than 2,800 megawatts of new wind and solar projects to Texas. Google expects to spend $16 billion through 2040 to purchase clean energy for its global operations. According to the International Energy Agency, data centers' total electricity consumption could reach more than 1,000 terawatt hours in 2026, which is more than double the amount used in 2022. 1 terawatt hour is enough energy to power 70,000 homes for a year. So it's not surprising that large technology companies are investing heavily in energy technologies. Google, Amazon, and Microsoft have all recently announced investments in nuclear energy to power data centers. These companies all have made commitments to seek sources of carbon-free electricity to power their data centers and their increasing efforts in artificial intelligence. Because of the rise of artificial intelligence, the large companies are not meeting their commitments to reduce their carbon emissions and are needing to greatly increase their efforts to obtain clean power. Earthwise is a production of WAMC. Find us on social media at WAMC Radio and listen anytime at WAMCpodcasts.org.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Potter Rentals of Gilman, Illinois. Owned and operated by Ernie and Barb Folkers-Potter, both Eureka College class 1965. Potter Rentals offers both residential and commercial property rentals, including vacation rentals in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. You can get more information on their website at potterrentals.com.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. City Blue offers Epson Precision Core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. City Blue was founded in 1968 and serves more than 5,000 active customers. Learn more about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
My husband had a gun. Him and his friends would go shooting. When he stored the gun, he didn't know. In a million years, we never thought that Emily could. There's a hole in our family that can never, ever be filled.
67 Americans a day die by gun suicide. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
The Eureka Red Devils on the road, taking on the Dominican Stars. We welcome you back into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You're listening to EC 103.1. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell. Drew, we've been able to witness and call the very first half of the season for this Eureka men's basketball team. They trail the score 36-30 in favor of Dominican. But there's a lot of positives that we've seen from Eureka, and I know that we always say that from time to time again, but we're being really genuine when we say that. They've been moving the ball at a pretty consistent pace, and they've been able to produce very well on offense.
Yeah, we saw Jackson Provost absolutely light it up, especially from behind the three-point line and a little bit within mid-range. So that's always a positive sign that he really wasn't, that effective of a player last year, as you had said earlier in the broadcast. And he'd probably agree with us that's true. And, like I said before, with Pee Wee Brown and Bird leaving last year, he's got some big shoes to fill. And so far he's living up to the occasion. And the ceiling is, his expectations are really high this year. But yeah, you also mentioned that they're moving the ball pretty well. I think they need to settle down a little bit on how quickly they're moving the basketball. They're turning over the ball a lot on loose balls because they're moving too fast for their feet with their dribble. And there are some times when they really need to get an offensive board and they haven't been able to. And even in the defensive zone of things, they're just letting the Stars get some offensive rebounds, and you can't let that happen. They're going to make you pay, especially with getting the rebound and kicking it out to the corner for a three. They've been really good at that so far today, so got to limit that. And, even though they're down 6, I think the Red Devils are not out of this by any means.
Yeah, they have the players to make the right plays. It's all a matter of fixing the fundamentals down on the floor. But, yeah, going back to Jackson Provost, a transfer from Lakeland College. He's been on Eureka for a couple of seasons now. And like you said, last season, it maybe wasn't his moment to shine. But here in this game alone, he has said, I'm going to be that guy that steps up and drives us forward. He has 14 points. He leads the team in that category. 2 for 3 from behind the arc as well. And he's not usually a guy that we see shoot the three ball very often. So it's good to see his change of a game plan here tonight. But we do get started here in the second half. It's Eureka to start things off. Micah Brewer into the hands of Loft. Driving to the basket, putting it up over face defender.
Exactly how you want to start it off. The Red Devils struggled at the end of the first half with getting those close shots to go in, and Loft sinks it straight into the basket.
So Loft gains points 3 and 4 of the night. Dominican, here's a deep 2, I believe, from Pishkovsky. No good. And it'll be Eureka to take it up.
Oh,
Loft
good
open
pass
look.
to Loft.
Good pass from across the court.
Good pass by Jackson Provost.
Even when he's not scoring the basketball, he finds the assist. Eureka only down by 2 now. This one stripped away.
By Coker.
Loft there to back up his teammate, and the pass goes out of bounds. So a good start in the early stages of the second half for Eureka. So Coker inbounds it over to Carter. Carter looking for Brewer. Brewer is one of the guys here tonight that has been moving a bit too quickly for his own liking. Provost crossing over. He's going to get fouled on the reach-in.
Jackson Provost has been a tough contestant to handle when he has the ball in his hands. He's drawn a lot of fouls in the first half, draws one early here in the second half, and he has been very impactful. Loft in the corner. Good! Bang,
down
bang,
the
bang!
triple.
Jonah Loft.
Jonah Loft, he wanted it, he got it. He now has 9 points tonight. Here's a triple from Underwood, and he responds. Something that the Stars have done very well tonight.
Lucas Underwood for 3.
Yeah, Underwood's been a problem from behind the line. Almost a steal there.
Provost keeps it. Spins arms.
What a move by Jackson Provost.
He made that windmill action with his arms, and he ties it up at 39. Pump fake at the 3, losing it for the Stars is Pashkovsky. Provost takes it up behind the back. Fake pass, puts it up.
Oh, and
one!
one! Jackson Provost, what a move!
Jackson Provost. He's almost at 20 points.
I thought he was going to hit Micah Brewer in the corner. Brewer was wide open. His man had to cheat because he's got to protect the lane down low, but he can't be too far enough in case Provost passes it to Brewer. And just an unbelievable up and under by Jackson Provost, playing through the contact. And he's now at 19 points, and we just started the second half.
Yeah, that fake pass, I should say, from Provost is what allows his defender to shift his movement to the left side, and that's what gives Provost the room to drive to the basket. So Red Devils up 42-41. Coker left wing trying to push past. He's in the paint fighting, looking for the clean shot. He's going to kick it outside. It's taken away by Underwood, spinning around. Bounce pass into the hands of Lefevre, and he loses it and runs into that padding against the wall.
Yeah, it's just about the decision-making that we talked about. Coker probably needs to pass that sooner or pump fake and try to draw a foul there. And instead, the Red Devils get caught in transition, and that's going to send the Stars to the line.
So Lefevre, it is his freshman season. He'll have a chance for two here. Guard and forward out of Michigan, unable to knock down the first one. Drew, I will say, though, we did talk about Eureka needing to step up a little bit more, slow things down. I haven't seen the pace of play really change up to this point, but they are being a bit more productive on offense, and somehow they've regained the lead within the first few minutes of this half.
Yeah, and this is the most confident I think we've ever seen Jackson Provost whenever he gets the ball in his hands. I mean, new season, new him. He looks just like a completely different player.
He has the ball now, driving to the rim, putting it up, no good, but the foul.
Like we said, Jackson Provost being a tough customer to handle in the paint and all over the floor whenever he's got the ball in his hands.
Yeah,
and this is what you want to see. You want to see the guys that didn't get maybe that much of playing time last year. And this is when the seniors leave and when their star players transfer. This is exactly the type of player that you want to see shine. One who doesn't get a lot of credit, but works hard in the weight room and has the work ethic that every coach wishes their player had. That's Jackson Provost.
Yeah, so he knocks down both free throws. Red Devils up by 3. Dominican with the basketball. The triple from Pelsinski ties it up at 44.
Like we said, can't be cheating. Pelsinski, he knocked down a couple threes in the first half.
Dominican now shooting 30.4% from behind the arc. And Eureka nearly losing it. There is going to be a whistle blown, and that'll stop the clock at 16:41.
It was a good cut by Provost, but probably not a good pass by Carter. Provost just too contested, too contained there.
So Lefevre will inbound. Underwood hands it off to Murphy. This one tipped by Provost, and he takes it away. Open look, rushing to the rim, right hand, no good. And loose ball, Coker fighting for it, waiting for the whistle, and finally it appears it'll be a jump ball.
And Provost, both sides, as a matter of fact, being a problem. I mean, started that whole rush with that steal and just playing with a second sense, it seems like. Oh, good poke by Brewer.
So it is Pelsinski who takes it away for Dominican. Both teams 44 points, and we approach the 16-minute mark here in the second half. Underwood, corner three, right side, short. Loose ball taken away by
Those
Murphy.
Are ones you gotta get the rebounds on.
Red Devils have not been good at preventing Dominican from second chance opportunities, and right there, the Stars take advantage.
Yeah, it gives them a chance to stop and reset when you allow them those offensive rebounds to be grabbed.
Provost again in the paint. Pump fake. Jumps. Puts it up. No good. Wide right. And surprisingly, he's unable to knock it down. So Underwood back up the floor. Dominican 46, Eureka 44. Right hand. No good. Getting his own rebound. And still unsuccessful.
Stars wanted
Murphy.
a foul there.
Provost again. He's going to
Brewer.
kick it out. Brewer. Triple.
Bang!
Good.
There we go. Micah Brewer.
Micah Brewer puts the Red Devils on top.
And gets his first triple of the game. He's now at 5. And it's kind of surprising. It usually doesn't take Micah this long to hit from deep, but it's certainly a good sign that he's able to hit right there to give him the lead. Well, did have the lead. Pelzinski hits 1 for 2.
Back and forth continues between both sides. Good pass by Carter. Loft using the right hand to put the Red Devils back up by 1.
Good read by Ben Carter. I don't think Loft expected him to pass it, but didn't matter in the end as Loft was able to lay it home.
Over to Pelzinski. Again, Coker on him. He
Good
tries to go
by Coker.
under. He's not going to convert here. Carter up the floor. Taking his time. Kicks it out to Loft. Looking for the triple.
Good! Jonah Loft. Bang, bang, bang.
Jonah Loft continues to extend his point total tonight. He is now 2 for 5 from behind the arc.
And he's now at 14 points.
Red Devils now up 52-48. In the paint, here's a missed opportunity from Dominican. Brewer should slow things down. Open look. And using the right hand.
Coker. I think you could kind of tell there that he may have wanted to redeem himself for that missed dunk he had in the first half, but he took the easy lay-in, and what a statement that the Red Devils have made coming in. It all started with scoring first, and now they're up by 6 points here as you almost have Andrew Coker in double digits. You got Jonah Loft in double digits with 14, and you got Jackson Provost at 21, pushing for 30.
Yeah, and already in this game, as we keep mentioning, there's a lot of players on this Red Devils team that we don't usually mention. They are making a very, very strong impact on this game, which is good. We wanted change. We are getting change, and that's something that the Red Devils have been working on in the offseason. And I'm sure Coach Wilde can tell us, too. You know, he wants these guys to work hard. Obviously, you know, some part of him is happy with the final result of last year, but that's never going to be enough. He wants more, and he wants a SLIAC championship for Eureka, which they strive to achieve every single year. And right now, they're just looking to start off the season undefeated. So 13:45 left to go in the second half. Both teams are beginning to make their way back out onto the floor again. Eureka 54, Dominican 48, and you're listening to EC 103.1 live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Matthew Swan, Drew Donnell alongside me for tonight's coverage.
Yeah, and you mentioned, you know, wanting to start the season off 1-0, and this is going to be a game where we learn a lot as we actually see Colin DeLary come in the game here. He's making his first appearance tonight. Got Jacob Gonzalez, Max Richardson out on the floor. Yes. And out of the last group we saw, Provost, not shockingly, the only one left on the floor.
So Drew DeLary, one of your teammates, he's only appeared in 7 games last season, and he didn't score any points, so hopefully he can change that here tonight. Going up with the right hand, and unsuccessful, but drawing the contact on the play is Crapia. He'll get sent to the line for 2 and hope to cut it down.
Yeah, DeLary didn't make that many appearances last year, but you know, I've seen him in the Reagan a couple times shooting around with some of the baseball guys, and he can definitely shoot it. He's for a guy at his height and with the wingspan that he has. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how he'll show out this afternoon.
Yeah, Colin DeLary, he's 6'6", and he's not the only guy who's that tall on this Red Devils team. you have a guy that hasn't even seen the floor yet tonight, and a freshman, Santino Ruma. He is also 6'6". You're actually in the pregame, or before the pregame, we were both talking, and I said, there's no way that guy's 6'6". And, you know, obviously, from our viewpoint, we're actually above, for those who can't tell, we are above the basketball court, so it is a little deceiving in terms of being able to understand the height of these guys. But, you know, it goes back to the recruitment process here for Coach Wilde, and I think his idea was to look for guys who are obviously not only capable of being productive on the team, but guys who are taller too. We don't, you know, Eureka's not usually a team that is representative of these really tall guys, and coming into this season, it looks like that's starting to change a little bit. But it is going to be Crapia at the line for two. Again, Eureka 54, Dominican 48. Crapia last season shot 349% from the field. He is a very successful player on offense. Knocks down the first one, and he's going to end up going 2 for 2 from the line. So Delary will inbound into the hands of Moore. Now Gonzalez takes it across the Stars logo. Richardson. Delary. He's going to rush in the paint. Spins. Good move. Puts it up. No good. But there's a good attempt from Delary. Again, we don't see a lot of Colin down on the floor, so it's good to get a change of scenery for the Red Devils. Left hand and 2 points for Dominican. They cut it down. They still trail though. So Nide able to collect a bucket. Moore hands it off to Delare. And looks like Dominican wanted the offensive foul, but they will not get it.
Yeah, didn't have his feet set down. That's going to be called an illegal screen pretty much every day of the week. And bit of a flagrant there too, as Delary really didn't give much of a shove, if really any. So it'll be Gonzalez to inbound the ball.
Dominican is going to put Pelsinski back in the game. He will come in for Murphy. 12:46 left to play in the second half. Red Devils up by 2. They're going to have to make a great play on offense here if they want to keep that lead. Into the hands of Provost. Thought about the triple. Splits 2 defenders at the rim. Kicks it out. Moore with the triple. Good! Moore knocks down his first 3 of the night. Demaje Moore. That was very much needed for Eureka. Here's a kick out to Crapia. He knocks down the bucket and the foul. Delary got caught reaching his hand in.
Yeah, that and he's getting caught flat-footed a little bit. They're blowing right by him. Kind of saw it on the basket before that for the Stars.
So again, Crapia at the line. He was 2 for 2 previously. Knocks down the extra point there. Stars again trail by 2.
So it'll be Gonzalez with the ball up the court.
Red Devils slowing things down here on offense. It's Delary with possession. Finds Richardson. Richardson putting it up, and he'll draw the contact. He will now be sent to the line.
That good pass by Colin. Gave a good pass for Richardson, led him to the hoop, and was able to draw the contact.
Again, Eureka last season shooting barely over 70% from the free throw line. And there were a couple games when, you know, we began to question the Eureka's ability to knock down free throws. There were, you know, several instances where the Red Devils have actually ended up losing games because they were unable to knock down the free throw. So again, Eureka only up by 2. They're going to rely on Richardson here to be able to knock both of these down. First attempt for Max goes through. Eureka now up by 3. And I remember that game the quarterfinals of Max Richardson slamming down the dunk. And the fans, it was a playoff game in Eureka, Illinois. We knew the fans were going to go crazy, and they showed up.
I thought he was going to tear the house down as he makes both. So he's now got his first 2 buckets of the game.
I'll tell you, though, in that game, the cameras were shaking a little bit. Right hand, no good for Naide. Gonzalez rushing up the floor. He's going to be shoved to his right, and the whistle will be blown. Eureka up by 4. Just under 12 minutes left to go. So it'll be Jackson Provost to inbound here. And it does look like there's going to be a timeout. So we will take a break as well. Again, Red Devils 59, Stars 55. Stay tuned for the continuation of second half coverage right here on EC 103.1, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Potter Rentals of Gilman, Illinois. Owned and operated by Ernie and Barb Folkers Potter, both Eureka College class 1965. Potter Rentals offers both residential and commercial property rentals, including vacation rentals in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. You can get more information on their website at potterrentals.com.
We welcome you back into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You're listening to EC 103.1. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell, bringing you tonight's coverage between the Eureka Red Devils and the Dominican Stars. Just under 12 minutes left to go here in the second half. Right now, Eureka up 59-55. Drew, we were talking about just in the break there, you know, the continuation of change here for Eureka. We are seeing guys like Colin Delary who don't usually get a lot of minutes on the floor, and like you said, he's not playing bad. You know, you have to give these guys more reps. The more reps that you give them, the better they will get. And that's how you gain the real playing experience.
Yeah, I thought he played pretty well. The only, you know, constructive criticism I would give is, you know, can't get caught flat-footed and in transition. He was a little late when the man he's guarding is blowing past him. And other than that, he played good, moved the ball well, gave Max Richardson a really good feed that sent Richardson to the line and was able to knock down both free throws.
So Gonzalez will kick things off here for Eureka. He's going to hand it off to Moore. Moore swinging it over to the right side. Still holds on to it. He wants the 2 points. He's going to have to hand it off to Richardson, who stands in the right wing. Now Provost. Provost guarded by Pashkovsky, goes for the triple.
Oh, give me the hot sauce, Jackson Provost. Now he's up to 24 points. Still got 11 and a half minutes to play.
Jackson Provost putting on an offensive clinic. Here's a triple, no good from Dominican. They've usually been able to knock down the responses tonight. Provost again, left and right. Bounce pass finds Richardson. He's going to be blocked and fouled. A good job by Max to draw the contact. And
a good pass by Jackson Provost, once again leading him to the hoop. That's the only way that you're going to give him a chance is if you lead him to the hoop. Like a quarterback throwing to his receiver, you got to lead him to the ball. Can't throw it behind him.
So Richardson in this game, unable to knock down that first attempt. He does have 2 points tonight, and he's shooting 2 for 2 from the line, but 10 minutes in this game. So Red Devils slowly but surely extending their lead, 62-55. Here's Richardson knocking down the second attempt. He now has 3 points tonight. It's good to see all these different players on Eureka getting a chance to make their own statement. Here's Doherty, hands it off, finds an open Fuller, who puts it up and in for the nice easy layup.
Two-point basket.
Moore will inbound over to Kerr. Red Devils being guarded full court style. Moore crosses over to his right, uses the right hand, in and out, no good. And it'll be Pelzinski to take it away. Dominican slowing things down. That's a good job by Dominican. Gain the defensive stop, slow things down, and the bucket and the foul for Adrian Pelzinski.
Yeah, it looked like the Majay Moore got a hand on the wrist there. And that'll give the Stars a chance for a 3-point play here. Looking to put them within 3 of the Red Devils.
This will be Pelzinski's first shot at the line tonight. 14 points. And he's 6 for 11 from the field. Trying to convert and knock down all 3. And he will not. Ball comes out. And it'll go out of bounds as Fuller was unable to save it.
So Jonah Loff will come in for Max Richardson. Jonah Loff has also had a very nice game. Got 14 points right now.
I think I like where Eureka's at right now. They're up by 4 points. There's just over 10 minutes left to go. If they continue to keep this pace of play, I think they'll end up with a good result in their eyes. Here's Moore driving to the basket, firing, no good. He had to fight through contact. Provost, nearly a nice save. Dominican takes it away. Here's Pelzinski. Underwood, 3-on-2.
Numbers.
Bounce pass, Fuller, right hand, and good. Red Devils were mismatched a little bit on the other side of the court, and the Stars take advantage. Here's Gonzalez up the floor. Dominican bench getting more into it. Gonzalez resetting here. Takes it right. Guarded by Doherty. Hands it off to Moore. Top of the key. Flips with his right hand. Back to Gonzalez. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Open look for Gonzalez. Putting it up.
And
the
one
foul.
for Jacob Gonzalez. His first point of the game.
Dominican's defense lagged out a little bit there as Gonzalez shifted to his left. There was nobody there. Wide open lane for Adrian. And he grabs the 2, looking to extend.
Well, it looked like Provost and Loft were running a double screen at the top, so the Stars are forced to come help out at the top, and that left a wide open lane for Jacob Gonzalez. And what better way to get your first points of the game on an and 1. Can't make it.
He'll stick with the 2, but Red Devils remain up by 4. Either way, a good play overall. Doherty hands it off to Murphy. Murphy to Crapia. He's going to go for the mid-range just past the free throw line, and he knocks it down.
Eureka, 2-point basket.
Can't get lazy here if you're Eureka. Dominican, as we have seen, they are very capable of coming back into this game. They only trail by 2. Gonzalez hands it off to Moore. Moore deep 2, and he knocks it down. That's a risky shot, I'll be honest. The deep 2, it's always one of the more questionable shots, but Moore very confident in his ability to knock it down, and he does so. Rushing to the rim, and Crapia will get fouled. Clock stops at just over 8.5 minutes left to go. Red Devils up by 4. Basketball will stick with the Stars here. We see Ben Carter, Micah Brewer come into the game. Provost and Gonzalez will grab some bench for a couple of minutes. It'll be Crapia to inbound. Bounce pass to Fuller. Here's a triple from Doherty, and wide left. He shot from the right wing, but was unable to knock it down. There was a foul on the play, so Fuller is going to get sent to the line for 2.
Yeah, I do believe they are in the bonus right now.
Yeah, that foul goes against Ben Carter, and this is where Eureka is going to have to try to relax a little bit on defense. You don't want to just give up 3 points for Dominican here, especially as we approach the end of this game. Of course, it is expected as we get close to the end of this clock that we're going to see a lot more stoppages due to fouls. So Fuller will go 1 for 2 at the line, but the rebound for Dominican. Fuller grabs it, puts it up. No good. Eureka's going to have to get this, and Loft finally takes it away. Risky pass to Kerr, but Brewer right wing in the corner. Crossover move, and he knocks it out of bounds. He tried to go between the legs and he's a little disappointed.
Yeah, Micah Brewer's got to calm down here. He's had a couple of plays tonight where he's gotten pretty antsy with some of the dribble moves that he's made and the decisions that he's made. He's just got to slow down a little bit. And Colin DeLary comes back in for Demaje Moore.
It's funny how things work, though, because in the pregame, we mentioned Micah Brewer is going to have to be one of the guys that steps up for Eureka. He is a senior, but it's actually been Jackson Provost, as we keep mentioning. And like you said, Brewer nearly with a steal. Instead, it'll be 2 points for Underwood. And the Stars now trail by only a single point. Here's DeLary. Stops his feet, and he's going to get fouled.
Took a pretty big whack to the mouth. He was trying to spin and pass it out to look like Ben Carter. But with Eureka also being in the bonus, that's going to put DeLary at the line for 2 free throw attempts.
So Dominican takes the timeout here. They're going to discuss these next couple of steps. 7:45 left to go in the second half. We're going to take a break as well. Eureka 67, Dominican 66. Stay tuned. You're listening to EC 103.1, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Heartland Bank and Trust, serving 48 communities throughout Illinois and eastern Iowa, including Washington, Metamora, El Paso, Germantown Hills, Carlock, and in Eureka. Their main branch is on Main Street downtown, and their drive-up and ATM is nearby on Center Street. And find Heartland Bank and Trust anywhere at htmbank.com.
We welcome you back into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You are listening to EC 103.1. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell, bringing you tonight's coverage. Drew, as we continue, it'll be Colin DeLary to shoot for 2 at the line. Right now, Eureka only up by a single point, so these 2 shots are going to be very important for Colin.
Yeah, we can't emphasize how important free throws are for this Red Devils team. As last year they struggled, there was times they struggled a little bit at the line, and when it came down to the most important moments towards the end of the game, it was the missed free throws before that cost them. And he's gonna
no good on the free throw.
The attempt that he had being in the bonus.
So it remains a 1-point lead for Eureka. Now it'll be Dominican to try to grab the lead. Here's a triple from Doherty. No good. Loft. Nice box out with the rebound. He's going to have to watch out as Fuller looked like he was going to take it away. Brewer, he's been moving a little too fast here in this game. He hands it off to Carter. Carter, left side. Kerr using the right hand off the glass. No good. That's a huge defensive stop for Dominican. They pass it into the hands of Doherty again. Fighting against Brewer in the paint. Kicks it out. Top of the key. Deep 3. And good.
Extremely deep 3.
Dominic Crepia puts Dominican on top by 2. And
I did not expect Crepia to take that deep of a 3.
Not an easy shot. And DeLary wants an explanation. He felt as if he was fouled behind the back. Instead, it'll be a turnover. So Dominican really starting to come up clutch when it matters. Outside, here's an open look. Top of the key. Fuller fighting to the rim, putting it up. Rolls out.
Good D by Loft once again.
Carter grabs control. Now Brewer. Back to Carter, who has some space. He's going to go for the 3 and just off target. That was a good look for Carter, but unable to knock it down. Eureka still trails by 2. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the second half, and Lucas Underwood bounce pass Carter, strips it away, loose ball. Dominican keeps possession. Here's Crepia. Corner 3, short. DeLary will regain possession. Eureka needs a game plan right now. Gotta be honest. It doesn't seem like, it seems like they're moving things a little too fast. Here's Loft putting it up, right hand, no good. And that's another great example they're trying to force shots right now that they don't have to take.
Yeah, they got to utilize the pass game more, really.
Underwood.
Rough fall for Underwood there. But like I was saying, can't leave Underwood that much time, and I don't think Delary liked that foul too much.
So he's going to get sent to the line. It's actually Brandon Murphy who will take the couple of free throws. Murphy, a sophomore out of Aurora, Illinois.
And looks like Demaje Moore is going to come back in. I'd assume he'd come in for Colin Delary.
No good on the free throw. Here's Kerr, wide open look at a triple. Good!
Bang! Huge three from Nolan Kerr.
Eureka regaining the lead, 70-69. And the transfer coming up huge for Eureka. Here's Lefevre. Now Murphy using the left hand over Delary, knocks it down, puts the Stars back up by 1. Just under 5 minutes left to go. Officially in crunch time. Here's Carter. Spinning. He's heavily defended. Delary's going to pass it to Brewer. Now Kerr losing it on his way to the basket. And Dominican takes it away. Another loose ball, but the Stars regain possession. It'll be Fuller up the floor. Now Murphy. Dominican slowing things down here. Fuller, right wing. Eureka needs a huge stop here. There's the screen. Doherty trying to push through. Kicks it out. Fuller. 8 on the shot clock. He takes it to the rim and knocks it down. Dominican extends. They're now up by 3.
And just absolutely body Ben Carter out of the way. And it's tough when you impressive basket because you got Delary and Carter down there.
Loft, step back, and he knocks down the mid-range. That'll put the Red Devils down by only 1 as they take a timeout here. 4 minutes, 3 seconds left to go. We are in the very final stages of this ball game. We're going to take a break as well. Stay tuned. You're listening to EC 103.1 live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Eureka College basketball is made possible by Randy Begole, a State Farm agent in Peoria. Randy graduated from Eureka College in 1994. He played basketball and tennis and was also a member of the TKE fraternity. Randy has been serving State Farm customers since 2001. His office is located at the corner of Knoxville and Forest Hill in Peoria. You can reach him at 309-322-8150 or at randybegole.com. That's Randy, BEGOLE.com.
4 minutes, 3 seconds left to go in tonight's matchup between the Eureka Red Devils and the Dominican Stars. You are listening to EC 103.1 live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell. Drew, right now it's looking a little competitive here for Eureka. They trail by 1. I feel like offense isn't the issue. Defense right now, they are struggling to stop Dominican from driving to the basket.
Yeah, they are getting overworked on defense right now.
And it's not even a matter of being mismatched. I mean, Eureka has the guys that are big enough to make the stops. It's just a lack right now of doing what needs to be done.
And and it's also, I mean, the team's got 8 fouls right now. Don't want to, get into more foul trouble and give them an opportunity with 2 free points at the line.
Dominican will start with the basketball as we continue play. Fuller will inbound.
But, however, we do see the star of the game on the floor for the Red Devils. Jackson Provost is back out there.
He stepped up really well here tonight. You can expect he will be receiving the basketball when things turn over here. It's Nide going against Brewer, stopping his feet, spinning, left hand, too strong, loose ball. Loft takes it away. He's going to be double teamed, and they're going to call a foul, but it'll stick with Eureka.
And Jonah Loft's done a really good job of holding down the fort on defense, getting those boards when desperately needed. So that'll send Jonah Loft to the free throw line.
Off, one of the 13 seniors on Eureka this season. Shoots really well from the field, but in terms of that free throw line, which he is at right now, last season,
makes the first one.
He shot 60%. And yeah, that's always good. That first one ties it up at 73.
And he definitely would like to improve the percentage at the free throw line, as everybody would, as there were times, like I said, there was times last year that they struggled in key situations at the line. But he's going to make all two and put the Red Devils back on top by 1.
So the roles are reversed here. Naide is going to hand it over to Murphy, who stands at the top of the key. Coker guarding him. Now into the hands of Crepia. He's going to fire it up, no good. And he does a great job at drawing the contact. Man, I have to tell you, guys like Dominic Crepia, they're always so intimidating. Because the fact, obviously drawing the contact, it's not easy, but the fact that he's still willing to throw up a shot. I mean, this could, if he knocks that down, this could be a three-point play, and it could change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, and credit to Crepia. I've always had the utmost respect for guys like Crepia that are willing to just fear nothing and be willing to take the contact down low and willing to risk it all just to get those 2 crucial points, especially late in the game.
So he knocks down the first one, ties it up at 74, trying to give Dominican the lead, and he does. 3:22 left to play. Micah Brewer will take it across court. Coker, top of the key. Moore left wing, finds Coker, putting it up,
good pass by Moore and good lay-in by Coker.
Great court vision by Moore to find Coker. Red Devils up by 1. A lot of back and forth. And Coker's going to get called for the foul as he leaned with his left shoulder into Murphy.
I don't know. It seems like that's a weak call. I mean, it wasn't barely any contact, if that much of a lean at all. I think you got to let him play through it.
Yeah, and there's some refs that usually let that play go on. There's other refs that, they're a little bit more analytical when it comes to the fouls. But we do see Ben Carter come back into the game for Eureka. So Lefevre able to tie it up at 76. He's going to, again, here on free throws, give Dominican the lead. Shot is up, and it's good. Eureka is really going to have to prevent their defense from fouling any further. That is what has allowed Eureka to come back. Provost missing under the rim.
Good pass from Loft, though, to lead Provost to the hoop. Provost just was a little bit ahead of where he wanted to lay that in.
Crepia gets Provost in the air. Outside, Murphy kicks it out. Here's a triple, in and out. And it's going to be a behind-the-back foul. Eureka will get the basketball. It was a good look there from Lefevre. He didn't really have anyone covering, but unable to knock it down. It'll remain a 1-point lead for the Stars.
Once again, crucial free throws coming up here for Ben Carter, who hasn't put up a crazy amount of points today, but he has definitely been a key factor to the team's success so far. He's made a lot of good passes, and he's made a lot of good pokes to get a lot of steals.
Carter shot for over 70% from the free throw line last season, and here he knocks down both shots. Eureka back on top. That's been the theme here in these last 5 minutes. Free throws for both sides have been very crucial. So Dominican with possession. Crepia thought about the triple. Instead, drives to the basket, and it'll be stripped by Provost, but the whistle is blown.
That's another weak call there.
I agree.
On that play, you have to be able to have some thick skin.
You can't keep stopping the play. You have to let these guys show what they're capable of.
That was, even with the view that we have, that is all ball right there, and you have to be willing to let the play go on.
So it could have been stripped away. Instead, Crepia gets sent to the line. Again, we talked about these last 5 minutes. Free throws have been the theme of this game. Crepia on the first attempt ties it up at 78. Again, the last time these two teams faced off was last year in November.
No good as it stays tied.
It was very competitive. Eureka did win 83-79, so it was a thriller. But yeah, it is tied at 78. Bounce pass to Carter. Now Moore. Pump fake, putting it up. And no good.
Gotta have that if you're DeMaje Moore. I mean, that was a really good pump fake by him.
Got his defender in the air. Unfortunately, he hesitated. Stopping his feet. Pelsinski hands it off. Murphy fighting against Loft. He jumps, and that has to be a travel, and it'll be a jump ball instead. So Eureka gains possession. Looked like Pelsinski, or excuse me, it looked like Murphy for a second pretty much just jumped and landed without throwing the ball away. But either way, Eureka regains possession. 1:51 left to go. Both teams tied at 78.
This is where you desperately need 2 points, and then if you get the 2 points and get a stop, this is where you really need to give your best three-point shooters a chance, that being Micah Brewer, and so far this game, Jackson Provost.
Loft mid-range, spins in and out, loose ball. Carter kicks it out.
Good poke by Carter.
Eureka resetting.
Loft probably had a good look to shoot that.
Here's
Looked like
Brewer.
he hesitated a little bit.
And the Red Devils
smartly, Chip Wilde's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, slow things down here. We're going to keep things here. Again, both teams tied at 78. 1:26 left to go. And this is how you know it's serious when Coach Wilde, he doesn't even stand in the huddle. He kind of just has to walk it off a little bit and let the team discuss themselves on what they're going to do.
Yeah, the whole bench kind of got excited because they thought Loft was going to take the three there, and he had plenty of time to let one fire from behind the three-point line, and I think he wanted to try to set up another play.
Yeah, and that's, in these high situations, in these, high stress level games, sometimes you see the players doubt their own ability to produce, and I think that's what happened to Loft right there. He second-guessed himself, and instead he decided to hold on to it instead of take the triple, but...
And if you look at the bigger picture of things, the Red Devils are in better shape than the Stars, because the Stars got 2 guys in foul trouble starting to get there. They both got 3, 2 guys in 2, and only 1 player has 1. You still got Jackson Provost, he's only got 1 foul. Got Ben Carter, only has 1 foul. And Micah Brewer and DeMaje Moore only have 2 fouls too. So in terms of foul trouble, they're in good shape.
So Red Devils will start with the basketball. 1:26 left to go. Both teams tied at 78. Micah Brewer, top of the key. He's going to pass it over to Carter, right wing. 5 on the shot clock. Carter drives to the basket, kicks it out, and it's deflected. Provost needs to get it up outside, and it'll be a shot clock violation.
Ben Carter maybe could have had a chance at a 3, but I know we praised Jackson Provost this game, but you got to know the situation. You got to know how much time there is on the clock.
Yeah,
that's a kind of that's just a mistake that is a rookie mistake, some might say, but yeah, you have to know the situation in the game, kind of like in baseball when you got to know how many outs there are.
So instead, Dominican with possession. Game is still tied. Murphy looking for Crapia.
Good steal.
Coker, lots of room up ahead at the rim, and he's blocked. What a stop by Brandon Murphy.
A good poke by Loft and by Coker, but thankfully the ball's going to stay with the Red Devils. They still got 26 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, you can't really blame Coker there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really good transition by the Stars.
Finds Provost, under a minute left to go. Provost to the basket, putting it up.
And good!
Jackson Provost!
Jackson Provost with the game of his, you could argue the game of his career with the Red Devils so far. That's 26. Going for 27 at the line.
Eureka 80, Dominican 78.
And gonna make it. Jackson Provost at 27 points now.
That could be the deciding factor. Let's see. Dominican, they're aggressive, and they are good at drawing contact.
Gotta be smarter than that, Micah. That puts him at 3 fouls now. He's in the most foul trouble now.
It's almost like rage baiting. You know that they're going to go drive to the basket.
And Micah knows he's got to be smarter than that. Like, we saw the expression on his face, but yeah, you have to be smarter than that.
No good on the first attempt from Underwood. That's a huge shot for Dominican that they are unable to knock down.
Yeah, that missed shot means a lot.
Attempt number 2 from Underwood. This time he does convert. 2-point game, Red Devils on top. Moore takes it up the floor, now Loft. Red Devils just going to pass the ball. 40 seconds on the game clock. Moore nearly losing it.
Almost lost.
He loses his shoe, and he smartly calls a timeout.
I mean, it seems like in crunch time, every mistake that could go wrong is, in fact, going wrong.
I mean, why not make this game more already thrilling than it is?
Now, the thing is for the Red Devils, they are still up by 2, so you don't have to go for 3. You can go for 2. Because even if they get a 2, they got 83. Even if the Stars make a 3, they're still down by 1, and they'd have to foul right away.
Well, and I think driving to the basket is probably the smartest option here for Eureka, because you know Dominican is going to try to come up with a defensive stop, which means that makes it easier for the Red Devils to draw the contact, which can even further get them sent to the line.
I think they're going to be really trying to make sure Jackson Provost goes anywhere but down low, because he's been the man when it comes to scoring in the tough areas down low. Might give it to Jonah Woff. He's also been dangerous down low.
So Micah Brewer, top of the key, heavily guarded, stops his feet. He's looking for Provost, finds him.
Carter was wide open in the corner. What a move by Provost.
Right hand, no good. Great move either way. 17 on the game clock. Going to draw the contact, and good. It was a wide open look for Underwood. So they tie it up at 81 with 14 seconds left to go. And let's be honest, Eureka gave them that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why they gave them that. Because if they foul, they get the lead. And Micah Brewer, like we said, is in foul trouble. The Red Devils want to make sure they have the last shot. And I'd imagine if they get the last shot, they're going to look for Provost down low or Micah Brewer to hit a 3. Or you could go with Ben Carter. Jonah Loft has also been a threat behind the arc, so they have options.
Yeah, that was very intentional from Eureka. They wanted to give him that shot because, like you said, now the Red Devils have 14 seconds to make one more play this game.
The shot clock will be turned off, obviously, because 26 seconds, 14, no reason to have it on, obviously. And both sides, I believe, Eureka's out of timeouts. The Stars still have one left.
See, the thing for Eureka now is when they do get the basketball, you want them to hold on to it for the remainder of this half. You don't want them to force out a shot and rush things.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here. If they try to go for a 3 or try to I think the smart play to do is run the clock out, and then when it gets to about 5 seconds, try to hit a 3 or drive to the hoop.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think driving to the hoop, let the clock run out, drive to the hoop at the last second.
Because if they go for it right away, Dominican still has the timeout left, and then they can use their last timeout, and they can get the last shot.
Eureka will start all the way back.
And you'll see a full court press here from the Stars.
So it'll be Coker. He's going to have to inbound.
He's got to get rid of it.
Needs to get it to somebody. Bounce pass to Loft.
And
it's taken away. Got to get it, Provost.
Provost gets it back.
Provost, 8 seconds on the clock.
And he gets fouled.
He gets fouled. And that is huge for Eureka.
With 7.1 seconds left, Jackson Provost goes to the line.
This is one of the... I mean, my adrenaline is shaking. I'm not even playing. So, like you said, Drew, Provost gets sent to the line. 27 points for Provost tonight. That is absolutely wild. We don't see that a lot at the Division III level. He's at the line. Crowd gets into it.
And he misses. And Jackson Provost has been absolutely sensational tonight. And one time he can't miss a free throw. Just clanks off the iron. And, I mean, there's no worse feeling than that for Provost. He's 27 points. Thought maybe he might get into 30 points.
Yeah, and you know what? You can't really get mad at Provost for missing that. Obviously, it's an important situation in the game, but he is offensively leading the team right now. You see some Dominican fans coming from the stands. They're all running kind of to the left side of the basket. So for when Provost does come back out, they're going to try to do their best to distract Eureka on this second attempt here.
Mind you, both teams are out of timeouts. And Provost will take his second shot from the personal foul. And no matter what, you have to make this. I mean,
yeah, this is a little bit more important.
And they're putting, Coach Wilde's going to put A.J. Wells on the floor for Jonah Loft. Wells is taller and bigger than Loft. He wants to make sure that, you know, no rebounds given up for second chances. Big
Here we go.
Provost.
Provost up.
And he misses again.
No good. 5 seconds for Dominican. It'll be Crepia with the ball. 2 seconds. 1 second. Fires up a shot.
Misses.
No good. And we're going to go into overtime here on the season opener.
Oh, man.
Could you imagine?
You have to feel for Jackson Provost. Missed both free throws. And depending on how this game goes, he's going to be thinking about those for a long time. Oh, I mean, he's been absolutely sensational. And this is what we talked about. The Red Devils have struggled all of last year with free throws when it matters. And it comes back to bite them at the worst time.
Yeah, it's another one of those very stressful situations in a game. Unfortunately, again, I mean, you can't get too mad at Provost, but at the same time, if he even knocks down one of those shots, we have a different outcome of this game. And instead of overtime, Eureka's heading back home with a W. But unfortunately, that for now isn't the situation. Tied at 81. We head into overtime. The 5 minutes put back on the clock. It'll be very interesting to see how this game plays out. One of the things that we preach from time to time again is that it's never easy to come into an arena that isn't your own and win a ball game. And that's not only is Eureka trying to win their first game of the season, but they are on the road. And it makes it that much more difficult. But for now, we see A.J. Wells and Murphy.
Yeah, it'll be A.J. Wells, Ben Carter, DeMaggio Moore, Micah Brewer, and Jackson Provost out on the floor for Coach Wilde.
Wells and Murphy with the tip-off. It'll go in favor of Dominican. So Underwood takes it up the floor as we begin overtime here on opening night. Bounce pass over to Murphy, now into the hands of Pelzinski, to the rim, left hand, too strong, and it's out of bounds. It'll stick with the Stars. Crepia inbound. 4:45 left to go. Again, you're listening to EC 103.1. Here's a triple. No good. Wells with the rebound. That's a huge stop. Bounce pass from Provost over to Brewer. Brewer, we've been looking for that game-winning play from Brewer all night. His moment, still looking for it. Provost, mid-range, good.
There you go, Provost. That's exactly how you rebound for those free throw attempts. You make a mid-ranger of your own.
29.
He's now at 29 points, trying to get to 30 points.
Outside to the rim, Underwood. He loses it, and it'll go in favor
Good
of
D by Ben
Eureka.
Carter. I don't think we've talked about Ben Carter's defense enough. He has been terrific down low. when the Stars drive down on the paint. Ben Carter, in my opinion, one of the stars to look at on defense for the Red Devils.
So 4:10 left to play. Red Devils up 83-81. Here's Brewer up the floor. Now this is where the Red Devils, they have a lot of authority on this possession.
I really want to see the Red Devils run a screen so that way they can let Brewer fire one off. Because it's moments like these that he shines when he can take that lightning three. And he's going to travel.
Yep, he's going to get called. Michael Brewer gets called for the travel. And in that situation, you either have, he was under the rim, you either have to put it up or hand it off. And he didn't either. So
this is not like Micah Brewer. He's made a lot of just bad mental mistakes, and we didn't hardly saw any of that last year from him. And a block by Wells!
Eureka have numbers. Moore nearly out of bounds. Carter outside. Brewer. Red Devils taking their time.
Ben Carter
triple.
Bang!
Give it to him. Ben Carter. 86-81
Ben
Eureka.
Carter, catch and shoot, baby.
Huge offensive play for the Red Devils. They lead by 5. Here's Murphy. Hands it outside. Underwood drives to the basket. Puts it up. Knocks it down. And the foul. It seems like every time the Red Devils hit a three, Dominican responds in the same way.
And this is going to be tough because now Micah's got 4 fouls. He only has 1 more to work with, and I think they're going to bring in Jacob Gonzalez for him. And we see Max Richardson come up off the bench. Or no, he just went to go take a seat closer to the court. But Micah's going to come out, and Jacob Gonzalez is going to replace Micah Brewer.
So Underwood knocks down the free throw. Red Devils up by 2. Here's Gonzalez up the floor. Just under 3 minutes left to go. Carter. And he overfires, but there was a foul beforehand.
I think he thought Wells was going to cut to the hoop, and thankfully, like you said, it's going to be a foul. And going to see A.J. Wells, I believe, take his first 3 free throws of the night. And once again, very important that you make both of these.
Yeah, A.J. Wells, he's a senior. He only played 1 game last season. And he knocks down the first attempt. 4 points as well in his career last season. So Red Devils extend, now up by 3. Huge shot here for Wells.
And gonna make it. Took a little bit, but goes in. They regain the 4-point lead.
So Underwood now into the hands of Pelsinski. Stands at the top of the key. Fuller right wing. Looks for Doherty. 14 on the shot clock.
Oh, Pelsinski's wide open.
Here's a triple.
Can't make
no
it.
good.
Good
Carter picks up the rebound. Red Devils have control right now. Just under 2.5 left to go. Provost slides right. Wells double teamed. Gonzalez mid-range short. Loose ball taken away by Dominican.
Probably should have been a foul on Jacob Gonzalez, and Wilde's throwing his hands up. Gonzalez should be going to the line right now.
And a good steal by Provost. Takes it away. Pelsinski should have just taken the triple. He was wide open. Instead, he went to the basket. Provost.
This is where you can start to hang onto the ball longer, make them foul you.
And that's exactly what Eureka will do. Wells just holding on to it. Carter, mid-range. Here's Gonzalez looking to redeem himself. Bounce pass under the rim, loose ball. Moore fighting for it, and it will be, let's wait for the call. Jump ball. So let's see. Eureka will keep the possession of the basketball, and Gonzalez will inbound. 1:40 left to go. Eureka 88. Dominican 84.
And Coach Wilde's going to use the one timeout that he has to work with to try and drop a play here. I think he wants to draw a play up to get a 3 here. And the way that Ben Carter's been shooting it as of recent, you might want to look towards him. You could look to Provost, but Provost has been so good you wonder if they'll double team him.
And I feel like if you're Dominican, you'd have to double team. You have to be able to double team a player who's scored almost 30 points a game. But at the same time, if you do go with that option, you have to make sure that you can get one of those players back to his original defender. Otherwise, you're in trouble. It'll be fun to see what Dominican decides to do here. Eureka does have control. 1:40 left to go. It is surprising, though. I mean, Jackson Provost, Jonah Loft, Andrew Coker, the top 3 offensive players for the Red Devils, guys that you don't usually see at the top of the leaderboard. So Eureka makes their way back out onto the floor. Dominican taking some extra time, and here they come. Eureka with the basketball. It'll be Provost to inbound.
And gotta be mindful of the shot clock here. Only got 7 seconds to work with.
Provost, bounce pass. Wells at the rim, right hand, short, loose ball, taken away by Dominican.
Oh, they got numbers.
And Fuller will have to take a break here. Underwood, great transition defense here from Eureka, putting it up. Crapia, no good on the mid-range, rebounded by the Stars.
Boards.
And as you can see, Murphy visibly upset with himself, but it will stick with Dominican here. 1:18 left to go.
And Ben Carter's going to get charged with the foul as he put a hand on the wrist a little bit.
Murphy will get sent to the line. First time. Actually, he did have one trip to the line earlier. Now he's 0 for 2 after missing that.
So Micah Brewer will come in for Jacob Gonzalez. Jonah Loft coming in for A.J. Wells. And you really hope this is where they try everything they can to get Micah the ball, get him wide open.
You have to get the rebound first, though. Shots up, and it is in.
And so Ben Carter going to inbound the ball.
So Brewer with the basketball.
Try to chew as much time as you can, but leave enough time in case you have to take the last shot.
Lock over to Moore. Moore double team. Finds Provost. Provost spinning. And he knocks it down, but it's an offensive foul, and that is going to be a call that, I don't know.
That is as flagrant as it gets, and there's no way that you can miss that as an official. Delarry doesn't like it. I think that's Andrew Coker that doesn't like it, and I mean,
it was such a delayed call.
It's delayed, and if you have to think about it, there's no reason at calling it anyways, and just very questionable calls late in the game by the officials that are unfortunately costing the Red Devils.
And a turnover.
A big-time turnover for the Stars.
Murphy threw it out of bounds, so Eureka regains here. 50 seconds left to go. Red Devils up by 3.
They've got to try to force a foul here.
And it looks like they do just that. Yeah, Red Devils are only up by 3. It would make me feel a lot safer if they could extend that lead. So this is going to be a huge attempt for Moore at the line. Only 2 games played for Moore last season. Now he's in his biggest moment, potentially, of his career.
Can't make it.
Misses attempt number 1.
Need to really make this last one here, because you got to make him shoot a 3 and still be in the lead after that. A.J. Wells coming back in for Jonah Loft. Can't make it.
So again, Dominican catches a break. Underwood up the floor. Inside, he kicks it out, nearly stripped away.
Can't foul here if you're Brewer. Remember, he's got 4 fouls.
Taken away.
Ball, taken away.
Loose ball, fighting for it. Dominican with possession. Here's a triple. Doherty.
Can't make it.
No good.
Rebounded by
takes it away.
Provost.
Now Brewer. 17 seconds.
They have to foul here.
Yeah, they're going to have to foul. They have to foul if they want to stay in this game. They finally foul Provost. 11.4 seconds. Doherty could have just tied it up. He did not.
Man, what a wild turn of events. I mean, a loose ball for the Stars. DeMaje Moore picked it up, lost control of it, and then the Stars lost control of it again.
Provost at the
Not
line.
able to make it.
Again, the free throws are an issue right now for Eureka.
This is where you have to man up and
you have to
go
knock
back
this
to the
down.
basics.
And he finally does. Eureka up by 4. 11.4 seconds left to go. Underwood lets this one roll. Nearly loses it. Don't foul. And Eureka will regain possession.
I believe he's hurt. He's hurt bad.
It might be.
He fell hard on the ground.
Well, you have to see, because
I don't think it's going to be a foul.
No, can I be honest? I think maybe, I don't know, maybe he was trying to sell the call.
I don't know. That was a really hard fall, and I don't think it's going to be a foul because it looked like he fell just by landing on the wrong footing. And I do think, from what I saw, it looks like it's going back the Red Devils' way. I couldn't tell who it was down on the ground. So it's getting word it's the guard Lucas Underwood who took that fall.
So we'll take a moment for him, but I mean, Provost, he ended up making the free throw, and that put the Red Devils up by 4, which.
Yeah, and you imagine that's going to be a discussion topic after the game from Chip Wilde. So Underwood still on the ground, finally getting up. And he doesn't, it looks like he can barely put any weight on, looks like that right leg, and they have to carry him off the floor. So that's something you never want to see.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate for Dominican. They, it is their opening night, and their top point scorer tonight has to come out of the game. 6.5 seconds left. Eureka gets it in. Brewer will be fouled by Fuller, which will send him to the line. But from the looks of it, it does seem like this will be a positive outcome for Eureka if they can knock down at least one more.
Yeah, lots of mental errors by the Dominican Stars. I mean, bad communication within teammates and where the ball's going to be passed. And again, not able to hit the first throw or shot at the line. And thankfully, Brewer is able to get it to a 5-point lead.
Red Devils up by 5. 3 seconds left to go. Crepia, he's just going to take the 3 short, and that will end the 2025 season opener here for Eureka Red Devils as they win. Final score 90-85. Drew, it was a scare at the end, but the Red Devils pulled it off.
Man, what a thriller. What a opening first game of the season for the 2025-26 season. Jackson Provost, 30 points. I'd imagine that has to be a career high for him, as he hasn't really started much for the Red Devils, but out of nowhere, lightning from beyond the arc, and just a problem to handle down low when it came to driving to the hoop. He puts up 30. Jonah Loft, Andrew Coker, out of nowhere as well. They became threats on offense as well, along with Ben Carter. Ben Carter played a really good on both sides of the ball with defense, but just, man, nothing else to say but what a win. I mean, this is what you want to see out of this Red Devils team. Bunch of new faces, and I mean, everybody won that game. It wasn't just like one person won that game. I mean, it was everybody. Everybody pitched in one way or another.
Yep, that's right, but that's all we have for you tonight. Again, Eureka wins. Final score 90-85. Our next broadcast of Eureka College basketball will be on November 11th when Eureka hosts Monmouth College. You can watch that broadcast on our sister station, ECTV. Coverage will begin at 7:30 p.m. live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Eureka College basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies, a leading Epson dealer serving Central Illinois. Potter Rentals of Gilman, Illinois, owned and operated by Ernie and Bar Potter, both Eureka College class of 1965. Heartland Bank and Trust, Randy Beagle, your State Farm agent in Peoria, Eureka College class of 1994, and by Kirby Foods in Metamora. The executive producer of Eureka College basketball is Dr. John Malone. Tonight's studio operator, also Dr. John Malone. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell, this is Matthew Swan. Thank you for listening.